Now, your first alert forecast.
And we're tracking the heavy storms this afternoon that have refired and strengthened in the last hour to an hour and a half just to the north of Jacksonville. Northeastern Florida, you're fine and dry for the time being, with the exception being Nassau County. And if these hold together long enough, we're going to have to at least be concerned about northern Duval County. I think they'll weaken within the next couple of hours, but folks in especially northern Duval County, north of downtown up toward Ocean Way and Black Hammock Island, stay alert as these storms continue to develop and strengthen near the Florida-Georgia border. But for the time being, it's just sunshine in the metro area, and it's a fine evening. It's a little bit warm, of course, but it's a little bit breezy, and that breeze is helping out, making it feel a little more comfortable. But boy, these are some powerful thunderstorms, particularly concentrated over western Camden County, just west of Kingsland, sneaking into northern Nassau County. Now, we may not be too far from a warning being issued on that cell. Heavy rain has been very persistent around Fernandina Beach with a thunderstorm. And notice this solid green line. That's cooler air pushed out by this storm near Fernandina Beach, and that's pushing west toward this intensifying storm near the Florida-Georgia border that's dropping to the south and east. The two of these will likely meet here shortly, and that may intensify this storm even more. So here's your first alert for Nassau County. Hilliard, Callahan, Yulee, and surrounding areas. Be aware of these storms as they drop to the south and to the southeast, into Leslie at 6:21 and into Evergreen at 6:29. And in fact, flood advisories have now been issued for the Fernandina Beach area, as well as for the storm west of Kingsland and in far northern Nassau County and near Folkestone. And the little bit of purple you're seeing there, that's some small hail. You may get a little bit of pea-sized hail in these storms to the northeast of Folkestone, north of Highway 40 and along Highway 252, and also near the Florida-Georgia border to the west of Interstate 95. I've taken the lightning away so you can more easily see the heavy rain along Highway 40. 121A, very heavy rain just east of Pope Drive, just north of Hilliard. Hilliard, you may get in on some of this as these storms continue to expand and develop to the south and east. Look at this, nearly 2 inches of rain per hour in that storm. Meanwhile, Fernandina Beach, this just hasn't been moving much. It moved offshore briefly and then built back to the west, so it is pouring in the Fernandina Beach area, and there it is. On the Skycam network, Fernandina Beach, very heavy rainfall here, and then we switch to the International Airport, and we can see these storms to the north and to the northwest that we're tracking through Nassau County. That's the overhead part of the storm from Nassau County, the anvil we call it. Off in the distance are the storms that are developing in western Nassau County. You can actually see the rain falling from those clouds as they develop over western portions of Nassau County. So at 8 o'clock this evening, those storms might be trying to sneak into northern Duval, will likely be weakening some, but we'll keep you up to date, of course, here on CBS 47 throughout the evening and overnight hours. And then as we get into your Friday, more showers and storms pop mainly in the afternoon, and while scattered, they will be locally heavy again, especially between about 2 and 5 to 6 p.m. or so. Your weekend's always in view in the first alert 7-day forecast. Folks, it's going to be hot. But then it's the mid part of July. No surprise, right? Highs into the 90s, lows in the 70s. Scattered afternoon storms for your weekend will continue all through next week, and it gets even a little bit hotter. ActionNewsJax.com, all of your latest first alert weather, the Buresh blog, and Talking the Tropics with Mike.